Hi there! Animals get in trouble everywhere around the world. In some places, there are a lot of people who are willing to help. In others, where life is less comfortable, the number is much less, but they also try to help with those resources that are available. All the rescues in this video are real and are the demonstration of kindness and compassion. One day, a man from Taki's shelter adopted a dog named Emma. She was completely blind and had puppies. He took the whole family to an orphanage. And after half a year, Takis met another blind dog. Her name was Blossom. In addition to blindness, Blossom had other health problems. Ticks. They were all over the dog. Several thousand ticks on the body of a small dog. Takis took her to the vet and cleaned her of the bloodsuckers. After a doctor's care, Blossom felt much better, and one incredibly kind woman decided to adopt these two girls. At first, she fell in love with Blossom, and then she found out about Emma. She decided to take both blind dogs to her home in the Netherlands, a woman with an incredible heart. Hope for Paws received a report about a dog being harassed by a bad neighbor. The poor fellow was in an open area by the river. Fortunately, local residents joined the rescuer, and they managed to catch the dog. They set up a trap, and the bait was a burger. When the dog was completely in the cage, the door shut. The cute dog quickly felt safe. She was taken to the vet for examination, but unfortunately, it turned out that the poor dog had thrombocytopenia. It's good that it was found out and the doctors began to treat her. Otherwise, it could have been fatal if she had been left alone. A rescuer from Hope for Paws went on an urgent rescue mission. He drove to the wounded dog lying on the track for about a day. She was lying on the express lane. There is great speed and it's dangerous. Help was needed. Fortunately, the rescuer quickly agreed with the police officers of LAPD, and they agreed to escort and slow down the traffic. The rescuer was worried if the dog would run away, but his worries were in vain. He calmly took the dog and took her to the hospital. The dog was named after the police, PD. PD had a broken leg and fleas. PD's hind leg was shaved before surgery. There were 3 of them: to heal a broken hind leg, to heal a broken paw, joints, and ligaments. And the last operation was to remove metal pins and sterilize. And the brave PD got through it all successfully. This pup had been cycling around the people property for 2 days before the owners called Hope for Paws. The rescuers realized at once that the poor boy was looking for his girlfriend. No one knows what had happened to her, but it was obvious that the pup got lost. The dog was very hungry, thirsty, and dirty with lots of fleas. So the rescuers took this little lover to their center, where he got a haircut, flea treatment, and a cool bubble bath. Luckily, in a couple of days, the rescuers found his owner. It's not known what happened to this dog, but he could not deal with his pain. He may have been hit by a car, but when examined by the Animal Aid Unlimited team, no wounds or broken bones were found on him, but he had a neck injury. The poor boy whined in pain. He was immobilized and could only move his eyes. So the guy started helping him. The dog was named Orlando. Even eating was difficult for him, but love and care did their job, and Orlando turned into an active and joyful dog. One winter day, the Druzhok shelter in the city of Lipetsk was informed about a dog in trouble. The poor dog fell into the basement of an abandoned house. The dog was happy to see people. He realized that they had come to help him. The pit was deep, about 3 to 5 meters. The rescuer fixed the rope on the crossbar and went down to the animal awaiting rescue. The clever dog was lifted up. He had a collar and looked pretty healthy. Surely his owners were already in search of him, but the dog knew the way home and immediately ran there. Rescuers repaired the hole in the floor so that no one else would fall into this terrible trap. This Saint Bernard could not walk on his own. He was feeling very bad, but fortunately, he was not left in trouble. A whole squad of rescuers came to his aid. People put the dog on a stretcher and carried him. They carried the dog through the mountains and even across a mountain river. The dog was calm and didn't cause any trouble. Rescuers managed to safely carry the dog down the mountains. Bambi lived on the street with a constant lack of food. But despite her hunger, she was very careful. Bambi was initially wary of the Taki's shelter lifeguard. It took Takis long hours before Bambi could trust him. Takis caught the shy dog and took it to his shelter. Bambi was very uncertain about new people and dogs at first, but just a few days later, she got used to it. Now Bambi is no longer that frightened dog, but a communicative, playful, and happy dog. Ramona lived on the street and received a deep wound in the head. A kind person treated her wound and reported the situation to Taki's shelter. Ramona is a very careful dog. So when Takis came for her, she was afraid to even look at him. But the rescuer did his best to make the dog trust him. It took weeks before Ramona felt safe in the shelter. But every day, her heart was opening a bit more for Takis and for other dogs. Ramona learned to trust other people a little and believed in her strength. Now she is no longer that frightened stray dog, but a proud and beautiful one. Yes, even now she can get nervous if she's communicating with someone but Takis, but this is just a little anxiety. A street dog named John V fell into the hands of animal aid just in time. John V had a large swelling on her abdomen. It looked terrifying. The street dog liked the rescuers and entrusted them with saving her life. The doctors removed the tumor. If this had not happened, then John V would have only had a few weeks left of life, and maybe even days. John V began to recover soon after surgery. She developed an appetite and was able to do light exercise. John V now has a long and happy life ahead of her. Romeo was found in a shelter living in a toilet, living a miserable life until rescuers found him. Kaido and Sergio found a new family for Romeo and took him to France, to the countryside. You can say Romeo's going to a real paradise. It's hard to imagine a better place than this. Now he has a sister, and they walk a lot in the fresh air and eat quality food. His new parents fell in love with him and cared for Romeo in a way that no one else has cared for him before. That's enough stories for today. Don't forget that people who took care of the poor creatures above need your support to go on with their good work. And we know more people that do other good work for you. They make awesome videos on their new Amazing Things channel. Watch and subscribe, and you're sure to be impressed. See you!